Hello YouTubers and fellow hams. Well, we're down here at the Fort Wayne Recreation Fort for the W9TE Club Field Day. And they got a pretty good setup going on here. I'm gonna move the camera around and show you what they got doing. And we'll go inside what they got doing. I sound like I'm from the Midwest. And we'll go inside and we'll have a look at the stations and see what they're operating and how things are going. Field day's just about to start. It's just a little bit before noon on the 24th. And anyway, let's check it out. Out here on the front lawn, they've got a tower set up, temporary tower. No beam on it yet. I think that their plan is to attach a dipole to it, run it across to the flagpole over there. At least that was their plan. They got a coax out here on the ground, and they got the wire down on the ground. Looks like they just haven't cranked it up yet. So I guess they're still working on that. This is the fort. We got a tower over here, and it's a recreation of the original Fort Wayne. It's not on the exact site where the fort was. The actual fort was down in the river a little ways, closer to downtown. Over there, there's I think it's a stables, and there's a blacksmith shop. Now that's a working blacksmith shop. They actually, when they have events here, they actually set up and have a real smithy in there banging away. Now this is a greenway pathway. You can see some people riding bikes along there. So we get a lot of traffic through here, people walking. So I think the hope is that we'll introduce a lot of people to ham radio as they come over to see what's going on here at the fort. So let's go inside and see how the prep is going. All right, we're inside the fort, and you can see the buildings are kind of cool, all period build and construction. That's a little sign over there says Commander's Quarters, and I wonder if they actually have some kind of a command center going there. We got a station over here. We've got some information on the fort for visitors. A couple of the fort employees. The guy on the left there, he's actually the guy that does the blacksmithing when they do the fort-related recreations. Over here, there's a station in that room. There's a GOTA station in there next to the registration table for the scouts. We got a station in that room. We got a station in that corner room. We got a station in that room over there by where the food trucks are, and you can see there's a solar panel as well, so they're doing solar on some of it. They got a generator that's outside the wall at one point where they're going to be bringing power in when we're actually doing the event. We'll be running on emergency power. Now I see a few antenna wires going up to the flagpole. Right over my head there is a doublet branching across. We got a tower over there. There's a 6-meter Moxon beam on top of it. So site's coming together. Looks like they're going to be starting a little bit late because I know it's almost 12, but there's a lot to set up here, so they're working away at it. And I just got pulled aside by the guy with the digital station. We got a PSK station in there, and apparently Windows forced an update on him and broke everything that we set up last night. So I've got to go in there and do a little tech support, and then we'll go around and look at the individual stations. Well, here we are at their digital station. Got a nice box there with his rig, power supplies, all nicely put together. Laptop, secondary laptop for logging. Somebody filming me, filming them. So this is our digital station out here at the club. And it's a Yaesu FT991, I believe. Got one of those on the bench downstairs at home I'm working on, so that's fun. All right, let's go on to the next station. This is a low-power CW station they're going to be operating, 5 watts. You can see he's got a keyer there. This is a serious CW operator. I think I know who it is. And he's in the storage cabinet over here. You can see we got rum barrels and old wine over there from the pioneers when they were here in the fort. So, good place to be for field day. The old fireplace over there if it happens to get cool at night. On to the next station. Over here in the corner building, we've got another station, logging computer set up. Our technological guy is doing a mesh network for logging. We've got Raspberry Pis set up as network points, and they're doing a local mesh network So we're isolating ourselves that way for logging, which is kind of cool, using Raspberry Pis. So this station's got a microphone, and I see a key and a paddle over there. I think this is going to be a high-speed CW station. We're probably going to have Jack, W9GT, and maybe Jim, AC9EZ, in here operating later on. And they'll be blasting the CW. Hopefully I'll get a few clips of the operation going on. Of course, essential for field day, you got to have a little solar power going on. Powering the station in there, and you can see another essential for field day. We've got a coffee pot. One of probably many. Let's go inside and have a look at the station. Battery bank down here. A couple of big cells. There's the station right by the window where they'll get a nice breeze. Logging computer. This is going to be a pretty good operation. It's going to look kind of groovy at night. We got these nice rope lights. All we need is a disco ball. Rocking it for field day. On to the next one. And over here, something new we've got going on. It looks like real-time statistics. I think they're going to have our current contacts and scores and everything right up here on the monitors, so we can tell at a glance how we're doing. And up above there is one of the where is that guy? Right there. One of the network points hanging up there. And that's got a cable running up to a high gain 2.5 gigahertz antenna, collinear pair sitting up there in that pipe. So it's nice and somewhat central to all the computers in the compound. We should have good connections, good database work, and we should be able to keep our scores up to date here. Well, this would have been a nice fireplace there, a little table. This would have been a dining area in the original fort, where people would gather for their meals. A little table over here too that they'd sit on. But what we've got going on is more rope lights and one of the sideband stations over here in the corner. I got to stop kicking my tripod. Logging computer on the mesh network. You can see the similar display to what we saw out there on the big monitors. So the system's all tied together. And we got an Elecraft K2. Oh, that's going to be a nice little station. And a Linksys router over here. I think he's running the FWRC modified firmware on it. So it's going to be pretty comfortable. I'd like to describe the smell in all of these places. I mean, the whole place is made with wood and mortar. It's very identical type of construction to what the original fort would have been made with. There's just a few modern things, but even the nails on the wall are square nails, cut square nails like a blacksmith would make instead of round iron nails. So they adhered pretty close to the construction of what the original building would be. And it smells like wood. The whole place just smells like wood with a slight sense of ash from the fireplace, creosote. You know, it's a very rustic feel, but there's one of our stations. This wing of the fort would have been the hospital. and like everyone else, a nice big fireplace. In fact, that fireplace is huge. I could lay down inside that thing. Holy cow. And right outside the hospital, yet another station. All set up and ready for operation. He's got batteries going on. Another logging computer. Peanuts, and of course, a can of off. Gotta have that. Mosquitoes will be a little thick out here, but another one of our stations. I'd go around the other side and show you the front, but they're in the middle of doing a tour right now of the fort. So that's kind of our setup out here. I'm gonna hang around once they get rolling and film some of the operations going on for you. You can see we've got some visitors touring, and they're up there on the balconies looking around, checking the fort out. So that is, in a nutshell, the W9TE Club Field Day site for 2017. All right, well, let's film a few people operating once the event gets rolling. Well, we're inside the guard shack below where that Moxon antenna was. And here's our 6-meter station over here, all set up. Mesh networked computer. I know it's the guard shack, but for some reason there's a bunch of old tobacco hanging up there off the ceiling. And we got a nice little branch and log ladder going up to the 2nd story, and I'm not going to climb that. But that's our 6-meter station over here. It's about 12:30 or so. We're about an hour and a half from the start of the event, so I think things are coming together just fine. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. Oh, my eye. What a sound.
Okay.
Well, we're outside the fort wall here. You can see the big buildings. And here's the smart thing they did. The generator is outside here, tucked away, the other side of the wall. You can stand on the other side of that wall and have a conversation, and you're only a little aware of the generator. So that will eliminate a lot of noise, both acoustic and electrical. It's further away from the operating stations. Although the 6-meter station's right inside that room. That's where we were looking at it a moment ago. So sorry about the audio being so distorted. I just realized I'm clipping. But anyway, we're getting closer to the event. They've got the final antennas going up now. They're just drawing up the 40-meter dipole. It's going to the flagpole on this side and out to that tower out there. And that's getting the 40-meter dipole far away from the rest of the antennas to hopefully cut down on interference.
Call me Gerald Ford.
CQ Field Day, W9TE, Whiskey 9 Tango Echo, CQ Field Day. CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day, Whiskey 9 Tango Echo, W9 Tango, W9TE, CQ Field Day.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're not already a subscriber, click to subscribe. Join us on the Facebook channel for discussion about the videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please click to support me on my Patreon page.